we are live. Woo, woo, woo. Okay. Sorry, I still have a frog in my throat, so we're just gonna have to roll with it. Uh, we've made it after a lot of technical challenges. We are here on another platform, trying our best to provide content for the whoever is watching slash listening to this. We appreciate your patronage, but once in this teething of our podcast, where we find our recording home, please bear with us. Yes. Chilala, do you have anything to say to the people before we begin?
Yeah, just bear with us. We're trying to find our feet. Right now, I can't even see Tracy. It's completely black. I can hear her, but I can't see her. Um, and I'm just hoping that it will come, the video will come eventually. So we are facing some challenges, but we're trying to overcome them.
Like, I hope it's recording me, because maybe what you're seeing is what's recorded. I don't know. But we move. We keep pushing, even when technically this podcast refuses podcast. So, ayo. We're
Okay.
back. Okay, we're back. All right. This is what it is, guys. We're gonna try. We're gonna do our best. And this is part of the podcasting game. You know what I mean? Like, we're bi-national. We're in two countries, okay? And we're always in two countries.
Yeah.
We are never recording this podcast in the same country. And I just feel like we should be given props for continuing to want to provide content despite.
I see you.
Hello, friend.
What is
Everybody
happening?
say hello, Chilala.
Okay. Hi.
Anyway, okay, you see me, so let's jump in because you know what? While it's good, let's get it going. All right, now we are on Zoom. You guys have noticed this.
Yeah.
So Zoom is limited because we broke and ain't nobody got money to be paying for like the paid Zoom. So that being said, we gotta jump in. So speaking of the topic of the day, dearest Chi, I was thinking when we finished our last podcast episode that we were talking about like adulting and planning and putting together like a way to live your life and feel more automated and feel more like in control of your schedule. And then I realized that like we're walking into a new year because I mean that episode was so deep into the new year. And we never actually addressed what it is that we have hopes for the year. Like what are our plans? Like what do we actually want to do this year? What do we want to achieve? What type of people do we want to be? Stuff like that. Technical difficulties.
I don't know why I didn't kick off.
Like the way Zoom is just like out. It brings you back and out. At least StreamYard lets you freeze in a funny position for the people's entertainment.
Yeah.
Zoom is just like out.
Get out, bro.
Anyway. Okay, so as I was saying, so I think okay, so the thing we were talking like that I was saying is I was just thinking about the fact that like it would be of value considering our adulting series and all that we've spoken about to this point, to talk about what our goals, our hopes, our plans are for 2026. And I'm calling it the podcast vision board, where we're putting it out there on the internet and to each other, and seeing how that helps us, maybe encourage us, keeps us accountable. I don't know, that these things actually happen in the dearest year of our Lord 2026. So yeah, that
Mhm.
is what I was thinking about. Do you have any thoughts, ideas? Do you have any goals and plans and things you want to achieve this year, dearest friend o' mine?
Mhm. Yes, I do indeed, dearest friend of mine. I've I've been keeping it very simple past few years. I don't
Nice.
really do like the whole resolutions thing, and I try not to overload myself with goals because I just don't think it works. Um, yeah, so I've kept it simple. My main thing is there's like four goals basically.
Mm-hmm.
Um, One of them is I'd like to be more confident this year. I feel like I tend
Is it me? Please don't kick out. Please don't kick out. Please don't kick out. Zoom, don't do it. Don't you do it, Zoom.
as I was saying before, it's rudely kicked out. Um, I feel like in the past I've tended to be quite timid and just not had very much confidence in myself and my skills. So I want
Okay.
to work on my confidence this year.
All right.
Um, and then I would like to like seriously and in a more practical slash strategic way get on the path to financial freedom. Financial freedom is something that I'd like to have, and so I want to begin my journey in a more planned way instead of like kind of hopeful, up in the air kind of
Mm,
vibes.
okay.
Um, yeah, I'm still hoping for work. So applying for work that well, hoping to get work that at this point, honestly, I just want it to be tolerable. It doesn't even have to be a dream job. It just needs to be tolerable and pay well. That's good enough for me.
But
Um,
aren't you at a job that does those things at the moment? Sorry, and not to interrupt you, but isn't your job that
so
at the moment?
it's except for the pay, but
Oh,
otherwise, yeah,
okay.
yeah.
But you
Um,
proceed.
um, and then yeah, I think the other thing is just the stuff that we said in the last podcast, where I just like to get a handle on the like more admin stuff of being an adult or living. Because yeah, everything comes with admin. Like if you want to eat, you need to cook and you need to do the dishes. If you want to wear clothing, you need to wear clothing. So you need to, all these like different things. I'll just like to have more of a handle of them, kind of have them, I guess, systematized. So is that a word?
Not really, but I know what you meant, so it's fine. The word
Yeah.
here on
Um,
IWT, it is a word.
yes,
Systematized, approved.
systematized. Um, yeah, so I think they're fairly but simplicity. So dream big
Okay.
people. I'll leave that to you, Trace.
What a dream big people. I'll leave that to you. Oh, girl. The biggest problem with trying to dream big is it's very scary because the higher you soar, the the longer the fall. You know what I'm saying? But that
Facts.
being said, I have pretty big dreams for this year, weirdly enough. Like big for me, risky for me. Yeah, it's I think the problem is there's so many things that I kind of like I latched onto this year before I knew that this year would be the way it is, if that makes any sense. So when I went through my existential crisis, which I'm not sure I've mentioned on the podcast, wow. Wow. Sup, dog?
My goodness.
How is this worse than StreamYard? I'm confused.
I'm so confused.
How is it worse?
I'm wondering if I don't know if it's my network because I'll hear you really well and see you, and then all of a sudden out.
I hate this for
I
us. Hold
just don't
on.
understand.
And you said, what was StreamYard doing? Okay. It was a first commercial break. Hello. Anyway. So what was the thing I was saying? Amudi. Why do you wait until we're recording to throw her out? I'm confused. Is there beef against our podcast? Just like say the truth.
I don't have no words.
I didn't even pause the recording because I wanted to complain. I was like, what do you mean? We were talking nicely. And the minute I hit record, you're like, out. What is this?
Oh my word.
What world is this that we live in? That this podcast, that no one, it's like, it's not like we're trying to put like crazy content into the world. We don't even have like fans. Why are you standing in our way? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like the devil is trying to stop us from doing something big in the world. There's no one listening. Like, why?
Oh my gosh. Oh wow.
Like, we are doing this for fun. Leave us be, devil.
Hobby, bro. Like,
It's like a girl can't have a hobby. Like, a girl can't have a hobby. Because what the hell? We
it's
are working
wild.
as if like this podcast is the most important thing on this planet and the devil needs to stop the gospel from being spread. Like, what is this?
Oh,
Anyway,
this is when people say it's where you're going.
anyway. So that was
Okay.
recorded. So it is what it is, bro. Like 20
Yeah,
minutes of this recording is
it's
is
fine.
whatever it is. Let's continue. Anyway, so I was telling you what my goals and plans were for the year. Now,
Yes.
so I was explaining context. So I think I'm not sure if I've said it on this podcast, but you know I had an existential crisis that led to why I moved to Korea in the first place. My existential crisis, during my existential crisis, I had two coaches. I had a coach at work and I had a coach, like a personal coach. Both those coaches, well, actually, I think my personal coach was like, okay, I need you to pick a day 3 years from now. And I want you to visualize the everything about that day, the sights, the smells, the just all of it about that day 3 years from now. Now, that was in 2023. We are in the year of our Lord 2026, which means that day is coming, type of vibe. So now
Wow.
he also said, dream, be limitless. Don't limit it to how it's possible, how you're
Mm.
gonna achieve it. Just write, my baby. Just write. And I did. Now, my birthday is the day that I visualized. So the 1st of October 2026. And I
In visual
visualized a
arts?
lot. And visualized. It's a word.
Okay.
It's a
All
word.
right.
Yeah, it's a word. Don't question me. It's a word. My birthday is the day I visualized. Now, what had happened was I didn't like, in your head when 2026 sounds far away, and then you arrive at the 1st of January 2026 and realize, halala. So
Wow.
anyway, we are here now.
It's going
That
back to
being,
the future.
yeah. So now that being said, I'm using that. I'm not gonna fully put out what my vision for that day is because, like, it's out there. I've prayed on it. I've given it to God, whatever it is. It doesn't have to be on the internet. I'll tell you as my friend offline. The point I'm trying to make is the things I want to achieve this year, which are linked to that day. We don't need to know the specifics of the day. Is starting my new career and making the first steps, big steps into my new career. That's one. Two, um, making some real decisions about my relationship status, my romantic relationship status. Um, and I'm gonna say big decisions because it might be as well. Like, I'm not trying to say that it might not work out, but it's if it does work out, it's how was you? How was you? No rubutu around yet. Just say you don't know. Because I'm talking to myself. Just okay. Are you back?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just gonna proceed.
Just continue.
Yeah, anyway. So yeah. Big steps into my new career, big decisions about my romantic future. Uh
Mm.
Big decisions. That's the goal, big decisions. I have obviously my plan is for them to be very positive decisions either way. So big positive decisions for my romantic future. Um, I don't want to call them fitness goals, but just taking better care of my health, like just getting more aligned with where I wanted to be body wise. Because 2025 was let's just eat. It's okay. We'll figure it out later. Yeah. I would like 2026 to be less of that. Um, and I think spiritual. She needs context, so I can't keep going. While she's gone, look at my nails. Aren't they pretty? Aren't they pretty? Wait, you can't see the orange. 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 I resorted to showing people my nails while you're gone, if you can hear me. Orange.
Okay.
Anyway, so last thing I was saying before you left, what was it? I can't remember. Anyway, I say all of this to say,
Fitness goal.
oh yes, fitness, yes. So not using food to cope with the fact that I moved to another country. So just getting a hold of how I eat and stuff like that, just getting on track. Yeah, like honestly, trying my damnedest to make the day I visualized happen. You know what I'm saying? Because at least if I tried my
Mm.
best and it doesn't work out, then it just wasn't meant to be. You know? Like, and it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
I tried. You know what I mean? And also, I think the
Mm-hmm.
big thing that
Mm.
also has like become a thing that's just been playing through my mind in the past couple of weeks and actually linked to this topic is realizing that like you have to actually genuinely put it in God's hands, like be like, Lord, this is what I want, this is what I need, and not necessarily put it in his hands and walk away, but putting the result in his hands. You know what I'm saying? Like how it's going to work out. Because I think the biggest issue
Okay.
with when people hear put it in his hands. Anyway, we're talking about my nails. So I did yellow, yellow, orange, orange, green. Where's green, green? Green, green. Yeah, symmetry, baby. Symmetry. Where's the pink? Pink, pink.
I'm back.
All right. Anyway, so I realized that when people talk about giving like putting things in God's hands, I think they put it as more of a like throw it at him and walk away. Do you know what I mean? Like don't even look at it. Like don't even think about it. And I'm like, I don't think I personally don't interpret it that way. I interpret it as I'm putting the result, the like you know what I'm saying, the goal in his hands. But
Mm-hmm.
the trying and the effort is like if I have the ability to continue to try and strive for that thing, then I should do it.
Mm.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because if you put it in his hands
Yeah.
and walk away, then you expect magic to happen. Actually, is what you're saying. Like he's a genie in a bottle.
Yeah.
Like you're like, God, I want to make 1 million. And then you're like, okay, you walk away. Not changing your job, not doing anything, just
Oh, you had it.
put 1 million whenever you find time. Just
Mm.
put million in my account. Anyway, so we'll talk about my nails. So, and then I did blue, blue. Isn't it just such a pretty royal blue? I love a royal blue, hey? And then, yeah. Actually, I think the green is the only ones that are like symmetrical like that, actually, now that I think about it.
So I didn't realize I went out of to myself.
Were you talking? Oh, friend.
I was talking about how like I was doing this. I was like, you're just expecting money to fall from the heavens into your lap. And then I opened my eyes and I was out.
Yeah, guys, this is gonna be so much fun to record. I mean to edit. Shame. This is gonna be a rodeo. This one. Anyway, but yeah, so
Oh,
I think the big thing that I was trying to get to was the fact that I'm like, I've placed the day in God's hands because I'm like, it's a result. You know what I'm saying? Like the combination of things that make up that day is the result of whatever. You know what I'm saying? My striving, my trying, whatever it is.
mm,
So I'm like, this year I've promised myself to try. You know what I mean? No matter if I feel like it's not going
I
to
like
work out,
that.
like I've promised myself to try, even if it feels like,
Mm,
you know what I mean? Like, even if I'm like, I'm doubting myself, no, I'm going to freaking try and I'm going to try my hardest. And like, no matter what happens, I need at least to be able to walk out of 2026 saying I tried. You know, like if I reach my birthday
yeah.
and I'm not even going to say that if it's not what I envisioned. No. Like if I reach my birthday and the result isn't exactly that way, but maybe a different version, I at least want to be proud of myself that I'm like, oh, yeah, actually, I ended up here because I tried. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to do that
Yeah.
thing where you talk disappointment ahead of time because also, like, words have power. Don't do that.
Yeah.
My birthday will play out the way I want it to play out. Let me say it that way. And I want it being the key words because how I want it to play out may change in the process of me trying.
Mm-hmm.
Clock it. Because I realized that it's that
Yeah.
whole trust the process thing. And I think because of the lack of trying, a lot of the time you're so attached to that goal and that result. But because you're not actually striving for it or running towards it, you like when it doesn't happen, it hurts even more. But then you're like, actually, sometimes in the trying and the working for it, you realize, or actually, I wanted to play out like this. And it might be God answering the exact
Mm.
prayer the way I described it. It just isn't necessarily how I envisioned it when I wrote it down, you know? So, yeah,
Yeah.
it's just, I have no choice but, yo, not 10 minutes. Do you also get the little heads up on your side?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, we got a 10-minute heads
I
up
was just
that this is
thinking,
about
can
to
we
end.
call this episode? Wow, what's that word you said?
In
In
visualize.
visually, eh?
In
In
visualize.
visualized.
In visualizing us having a consistent
Okay.
connection and knowing how to record an episode. But alas, but halas. Hold on,
Oh, word.
let me see if I can create a new event while we're here.
I
Hopefully.
was just thinking that should be the title for this one, maybe. I was in visualizing, but it's too long. It's too long. I was in visualizing. It's too long.
No, it isn't. We have an episode called I Was Thinking We Should Start a Podcast. What do you mean? Episode 7. But yeah, so that's my view on that. Sorry, as I set up our next meeting, you can obviously give me feedback on your thoughts on what I just said if you're still here, because I can't see if this
You
thinking
know,
changed or not.
so in the past I've tried to kind of like words of the year. Before when I was younger, like the church I was attending used to have like a theme for the year every year, right?
Yeah.
And so this year I didn't bother setting one up because I feel like my word of the year and then what it ended up being at the end was not what I had set it up to be. And maybe that's not necessarily a bad thing. But for
Mm.
example, I don't even know what my word of the year for 2024 was at the beginning. But at the end of it, I was like, survival. That year, if I was to sum it up, was survival. Then 2025, I was thinking it's going to be
2025 is going to be what? Sorry, say that again, please.
would summarize 2025 as provision. Just because of the way I saw God provide for me. So I was just like, is there a point to even putting a word of the year out? You know? But as you were talking, old habits die hard. I was thinking that's a good word of the year. Just try. And maybe that's just a good word for life. Just try things. Like it might not work out, but you'll probably learn something from it. Just try. So yeah, I really like that. I think I'm definitely gonna adopt that. I'm not thinking about what I said for my job because I'm like, I think I went too specific. What if someone somewhere hears it and tells my boss, what's gonna happen?
Well, it threw you out, so it's fun, I guess. Yeah. All right. Before we changed over, I don't know how much of the edit I'm going to leave our recording issues, but we're here in session 2. Whoop whoop. Before we left, Chilala was talking about the word of the year is just try. Chilala, take it away. Please unpack
Mm.
your thoughts on just try.
Yes. So actually, I think it also leads into the thing I was talking about with improving my confidence. Because when you lack that confidence, you're less willing to try as well. But they talk about how confidence is actually increased through action. Because you start to learn what you can do
Yeah.
and what you can't do and how you overcome the stuff that you weren't able to do before. So how that action actually, it's better to take action than to just, not to do anything. So I really like that you mentioned try, and I think I'd like to take that on as my word of the year.
Mm. Ooh, also something interesting
Yeah.
that I've come across a couple times, which is very strange. Like, when you're just like, this is coming at me from all different angles. The Bible app, it came to
Mm,
me via social media. Like, I've heard the message in so many different ways that I'm like, okay, Lord,
mm,
get you. And the message is the way to achieve something is to behave like you already have it. Like, act like the person that has the thing, whatever it is. Behave that way, because
mm,
that way you get your body used to, like, mentally, physically, you are embodying, existing in that reality of the thing you want. So if, and like I've heard it so many, oh, for the sake, man. So going back to the nails, guys. Oh, also, I did my own hair, guys. Isn't it nice? I did my first round of, what's these things? Crochet braids. It's very slippery, eh? Very slippery. They don't warn you about that on the crochet. They probably do, and I just wasn't paying attention. You back? Also, you're muted. I don't know if that's on purpose.
Hi.
Hi. Anyway, I was telling
Can
the
you hear
people
me?
about, yeah, I can hear you. I was telling people about my crochet
Okay.
braids because that's what we're doing with our commercial breaks now. I'm just talking.
You look very cute, friend. You look
Thank you,
very
friend.
cute. I really like this.
Thank you,
You
friend.
look
It's
very
also covering
cute.
the mistakes I made, Anker. You see, you just see the cute part of the hair.
Yes.
You don't see what's
And this is
going
why
on.
yeah,
This is
this is
why?
why I'm for those hat wigs, man. I'm for the hat wigs. You know,
Yeah.
you have a beanie and you just see the braids coming out. I tried to make one for myself, but I had the wrong head net thing.
Ah. Because I mean, you could probably
Yeah.
even do it with like a nice, with like wig, not even wig hair, like weave hair. Like you can buy those hairs on the
Yeah.
strips and just like sew it into a hat.
And
Be
just like
done.
sew it into something. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
forget that. Like a lifesaver. Headband wigs. Oh, a gift.
Yes. They've been
A
getting
gift.
popularity. When they first came out, I was like, I don't know. But I feel like they're getting better.
A gift. Just a gift from just to
Yeah.
all of us is a headband wig.
Yeah.
Like I have one there in
Yes.
Korea, and I'm like, she's my girl. You know what I'm saying? She's a hat
Because
of hair.
honestly, the whole like blend, razor blades, what, I was just like, some of us, we don't have that kind of energy and patience.
So the funny thing is, I've even got a plan for the next round of thingy. What's this thing of my crochet braids? One, I sent you a bit. Actually, why are we talking about this? Chilala, we're thinking we're being distracted and this thing is working. Can we
We've
focus?
gone off track.
This is our
And
next episode.
haven't
We're
been
gonna talk
kicked out.
about black hair. We're gonna move. Fine, black hair. That's the next episode. Done. Now, going back to just try. Oh yes. So the thing that like, and when I say I've heard this message from different points in different ways. You know, when like it came from, I'm not kidding, the Bible app, you know, like one of those like the daily what's one of those,
Yes,
like the
the
daily
verse of the day.
devotions, verse of the day. I
Uh-huh.
think it was today's verse of the day, if I'm not wrong, because it was the prayer and supplication one, I think. Something, I think it's today's
Mm.
verse of the day.
Mm-hmm.
I heard it off of Kev on stage was talking about how he like that's how he goes through life now. Like he behaves like
I think I
he
saw
has
that
already
video.
that one, because the one with Patrick where they're doing the little interview, the tea time interview, whatever it is. That one. And he's actually generally when Kevin learns something new, he says it everywhere. So it's possible. But yeah, and then it was a post on Instagram where this dude was literally breaking down Kim Possible, but like using Kim Possible to teach the Bible was a weird thing. But he was talking about how you need to already stand in the truth before it becomes the truth. Like when I say different points that are not related, all say
Mm.
embody your goal before you achieve it. Like walk
Okay.
like you are already
Wow.
there. And it
Mm.
will, it will change things. And I'm like, and also it's come from biblical and non-biblical points, which is also what makes me like, okay. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's another thing I'm planning to do this year is the other than the just try, it's not just try, but exist like this is the truth, because it is.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Like on the
I
1st of
like that. Yeah.
October, that day will be that way. I'm going to exist like that day will be that way. Like it has no other choice. That is the reality of that day. You know what
Are
I
you
mean?
not afraid then of setting yourself up for disappointment? Because I feel like that's my thing. That's kind of, I'm just like, and I mean, there's the whole chat on like dreaming with flexibility, but I think I'm scared to dream. Like when you're talking about your friend telling you to dream and dream big and stuff, I was like, ooh, I feel like I'm a bit scared to dream because I'm afraid of the disappointment when that dream doesn't come how I wanted or isn't what I doesn't come in general. So it's like, how do you balance flexibility and, I don't want to say necessarily being realistic, but being okay with reality being different from what you want it to be at a certain point?
The way I balance it, especially this year, because I am of the same thinking, where I'm like, that disappointment would crush me. My only ting is I'm like, I've never tried hard enough at anything because of the fear of that disappointment. I've never felt that disappointment,
Mm,
if that makes any sense. Like, I've never tried hard enough at something.
mm,
I've never failed so hard that that disappointment, like I felt that disappointment, if that makes any sense. Like
mm.
I've never
Okay.
run 100% at something and then been disappointed. So how am I able to fear something I've never felt? Do you get me? Like, and don't get me twisted, it's
Oh,
valid. It's still
yeah.
anxiety. It's still real. It's valid. I'm not
Yeah.
saying the fear is invalid. It's just the fact that I can't, because the nice thing is the fact that I committed to that day 3 years ago. Do you know what I mean? That girl didn't even know I was moving to
Mm,
Korea. Let's keep that in mind. That girl didn't know I was moving to Korea. Let's put that in context. Because that girl was still going through it.
mm.
She didn't know how that day would
Okay.
happen. She just knew this is what she wanted. That's it. It's not like it was last year or like, because I think I left to go to Korea. Yeah, it was an inkling, it was an idea, maybe that I would go to Korea, but it wasn't the thing I was gonna go do. You know what I mean? That's the version of me that wrote that thing down.
Okay.
And I'm like, if that version of me wrote that
Okay.
thing down, she deserves for me to run headfirst, even if it may possibly doubt it, lead to a version of, I'm going to say a version of disappointment because I don't want to say lead to disappointment because I feel like, as I said, words have power. Don't say things that don't need to be said. Like a version of disappointment in the sense of it might not be exactly what she envisioned. And I'm like, I have never, one, planned that far ahead and dreamt that big, where like I put it in stone, I wrote it
Mm,
down. It's even here, actually. I can reach for it. My
mm.
2023 diary. It's written in this book. It's on the 1st of August in this diary. Wow. We're having a moment and then this happens. Anyway, whatever. Anyway, so, hey, she's back.
I'm like,
Nice. Anyway, so I wrote it in that book, right? And I'm like, that was the first time I, without fear, wrote down what I wanted. Because that fear will stop you from dreaming at all. Let's keep that in mind. It's not that, like you dream and you are afraid you will be disappointed. You don't even bother to dream because you're just like, even if I even think about it, I'm going to be sad. So this was the first time I even bothered to dream at all. Like that big and that like, screw it. I don't know how it's gonna happen, but it's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? And like, I'm like, I owe it to that girl.
mm,
She was going through it and she's made real attempts, leaps and bounds to feel better since then. And I'm like, I
mm,
have never run headfirst at something I've wanted very badly. Um, enough and been disappointed. So I'm not allowed to justify not trying. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's one thing to be one of those people that's a
Yeah.
big dreamer and you
Yeah.
ran,
Like
bruh.
you haven't been
And
scarred, you haven't been traumatized.
exactly, I can't
Yeah.
act like I've been traumatized if I haven't been. I'm not allowed. Like, it's one thing to run headfirst and be like, and the trauma comes from the fact that you fell from a very high because you were running for it. That's one thing.
Mm.
It's another thing to be afraid of, to be afraid. Oh, what are we doing? What life is that? Are
Yeah.
you even
Something you've
alive?
never even experienced. Like, yeah, I hear you.
You know what I mean? And that's the thing that's also like driving me right now. That's Lala. I got her when the Teletubbies were popular. That's Piggy. He actually has a hidden slot underneath him where I used to hide things when I was a kid. Yeah. We were talking to the dolls while you were gone. Hello? Dance break.
Hmm?
I was having a dance break and we were talking to the dolls while you were gone. Anyway. So yeah, I say all of that to
What
say
were you
that
saying?
no, so
Hmm.
the thing I was saying is just I'm not allowed to be afraid of disappointment I have never felt before. Like I can't have big fear of something I've never felt. You know what I mean? Like it can't be crippling, not moving fear of something I've never felt. I'm an adult. I'm a grown up.
Mm.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
I can't. It's one thing to have burnt my
Yeah.
fingers and be afraid of the stove. It's one thing. But to look at the stove and be like, ooh, you gonna be hot. I'm gonna burn my fingers. And then live the
Watch
rest of
her
my life
burn.
never using the stove. Oh, no.
Yeah.
I can't justify it. Not at this point. And I think
Yeah.
maybe it's also just because of how much I've done with my life in the past years since making that promise to myself. But it's also just the fact that why the hell not? Like, why not? Like, what's stopping me? If I am disappointed, if,
Yeah.
which I doubt, if I am disappointed, so what? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I won't die. Like, I really won't die. I underestimate my mental health. I'm really not that broken mental health wise. I'm doing well. I have a
Yeah.
great community. I have a nice life. Like, it's not like I have,
We do survive things.
do you know what I mean? Like, Chilala, you didn't have a job for so long, dude. And the job came along. It just did. And it wasn't even like a big thing. It wasn't like a you are employed. It was literally one day you didn't have a job. Next day you had a job. Do you know what I mean? And it's something we've been praying on for how long?
Mm.
And it's big, dude. It was a big
Quite a
prayer point.
while.
It was a big thing you were
Yeah.
worried about. It was a big thing we talked
It
about
was.
at
Yeah.
length. And it just happened. And this is why I'm like, I realized that I'm like, it's very possible for something very big that you hope for to just happen to you. And you don't register. And I'm really open to that. Like I'm open to the fact that as much as I hope, and this is the giving it to God. Do you know what I mean? Because I want to also be surprised when I woke on that day, even though it's all the things I asked for. I also want to wake up on that day and be like, do you know?
Yeah.
Like I want to walk in and be surprised. That's why I'm giving it to God. But I'm going to try. I'm going to try my damnedest.
Yeah.
I am going to like also, oh, there was another chick on Instagram and she was talking about how I think she's having like a year of rejections. So she's chasing rejection. She's like, my goal
Mhm.
this year is to receive 100 rejections. So I'm just going to keep applying for things. Like she just keeps applying for things. Like she applied for a job she didn't think she was gonna get. She applied to be in a play. She applied for and like she didn't get as many rejections as you would think, just simply because of the fact that she just left. She was like, if you're chasing rejection, you're already starting here. All you can go is achieve the thing you asked for or better.
Yeah,
I want that mentality for
yeah.
myself. Cause
I
I'm
think,
like, yeah,
yeah.
go. Yeah. You think?
No, I was gonna say, I agree with what you're saying. I agree with what you're saying. I agree with what you're saying. Um, I think it is a way to live life. Just have that sense of wonder and experiment and just try things.
Yeah.
I also want to say I think we need to land this plane because there's like at 3 points in this recording, like I've fallen for.
Oh, buddy.
So
Oh, buddy.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
And
Land
one
it.
of the times I think I was three as well. Just happened.
It's okay. Land the plane, my friend. I think we've said the things that we needed to say. Ah, anyway, so this is Piggy. I used to hide things. You see, like his underbelly. See, see. I used to hide things under an underbelly. I wonder if there's anything in there now.
So, Trey, at the beginning of this, we were thinking about plans, hopes for 2026. Has anything changed for you, deepened, or are you thinking the same things? Are you in the same mindset as you were before?
Um, yeah, I think I'm I'm probably a little bit more double down on it, simply just because I want all the things we spoke about for us this year. I want you to walk through the world with confidence because I feel like you are more like I have goals, you have embodiment choices. You know what I'm saying? Like you're trying to be, you're becoming. Do you know what I mean? Like that is your goal.
Mm, yeah,
And I like that we're
yeah.
two sides of the coin. Like I have things to do, you have things to be. And I think both are
Mm,
valuable. Um, and I like both. So it's actually deepened because now I'm thinking about like how I want to be this year. Like that's what I've taken from you is like how I want to be, like what I want to have said, like I achieved this, like I achieved from a being perspective, as opposed to
yeah.
doing, you know. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's what's happening with me. How about you, Chi?
Nice. Well, I've learned nothing from you. I'm joking. Um,
Valid. Hey, be real, be authentic.
no, 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 no. I think something that stuck with me was your analogy about the stove and not cooking because you're afraid you burn your fingers. And it's like you might. And if you do, it's not the end of the world. But also, more times than not, you won't burn your fingers. But you don't get to have the meal, you don't get to enjoy the fruits without actually trying and moving towards that thing. So for me, you reminded me also about that 3 year thing, that kind of placing yourself in a day 3 years from now. I definitely want to do that in my journal. Um, because I like how, 3 years is close enough that you don't over fantasize, like you don't jump out of reality. Because I feel like the problem with a 10 year plan, it's so out there, it's so abstract. It
Yeah.
feels, it doesn't feel as tangible. Whereas 3 years, that's like now, that's around the corner. So I feel like becoming that person feels more realistic, feels more within grasp. And yeah, so definitely I want to take some time to sit and think about, me 3 years and a random day, like
Yeah.
not the whole year.
And Shilala was cooking. Anyway, so this is Lala. She actually sings. I don't know if she sings anymore. No, I grabbed the wrong teddy bear. Yeah, this is Lala. She actually sings. I don't think she sings anymore though. Here's your voice box, Lala. You
We're
back?
back.
Okay. Anyway,
Yes.
and you were making points,
So yeah,
babes. Please proceed. What you were
yeah,
saying.
well, I was just saying, what is a random day in what it will be 2029. Wow, 2029 look like. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking now. And just trying. I need to stop procrastinating on the trying.
I think,
Um,
babes, honestly, it's that fear that stops us from doing these things. Also, can I give you some tips on the thing? This came from my coach. He literally said, do not limit
okay.
your thinking. Do not limit your thinking. That's the first thing. Like, because you were talking about like you can
Mm-hmm.
be realistic. Don't be.
Mm,
That's the thing you're running away from. Like the minute you're realistic, you're already like words like
okay.
realistic limit you. Don't write the thing. Write the girl you want
Okay.
to be. And he also said, think about your being on that day. And that's the thing is I struggle. As you know, I'm a doer. I'm not a feeler. I'm a doer. And that's the thing that he had to bring me back and say, okay, that's the nice vision. But how do you feel about what's going on? So think about how you feel.
Mm.
What are you smelling? What are you like? So he also said do 5 senses: sight, smell, touch, taste, and sight. So what's the last one? What am I missing? Taste, smell, see, feel. There's one
Feel,
missing. So touch.
smell,
So yeah, we've
no,
got smell, we've got
touch,
taste, we've got eye, hearing. What are you hearing?
here. Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah,
yes.
yeah. So do all your 5 senses. Literally. What are your 5 senses
Okay,
experiencing in that day? Because that's a way to like bring you
okay,
to the feelings. And then don't put any bounds on it, bro. Just do it. Because the idea is the fact that you're not going to look at it over and over again. You're literally just going to write it down and walk away.
okay.
So that's how you're supposed to do it. So don't go like obviously your brain's automatically going to make it realistic just simply because like things like for instance, you're not going to dream that you're a different age. Duh. You get what I'm saying? Like you're not going to magically because in 3 years, how old are you now?
Yeah,
You're 27, right?
27, 2028. Yeah,
In 2026. So that means you'll be turning 31 in 2029. Yes?
9. Yeah, yes.
So this is my thing is I'm
Wild.
like don't plan like you know what I'm saying like something that a 31-year-old couldn't be able you know what I'm saying like don't like be realistic in that sense but don't be realistic like if it's truly unrealistic like on some yes I'm going to retire unless that's something you genuinely want to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, be realistic in that way, where practically, literally, it's
Yeah,
impossible. Like, I'm going to get rid of my gray hair. You don't have gray hair. What are you talking about? Like, you know what I mean? Like, stuff like that is the most realistic you're allowed to get. Okay. It's fine. We're done anyway. Please come back before the minutes are done. Okay. Anyway, yeah, I
I
said
hear
my
you.
words.
I hear you.
Yeah. Anyway, so yes, Chi, That
All
being
right.
said, land it, baby.
Yeah. Yes. Thank you guys for joining us.
Not this thing throwing her out in her outro. Zoom is disloyal.
What a joke. What a joke.
Wow. Wow. What a ha ha hee hee. What a ha ha hee hee. Just say your words, baby girl. Say your words, baby girl. Just
You know
go.
what? This has been
Guys, Zoom is a hater. Huh? Huh? How connect? What do you mean? Wow.
did we? We
I'm, I'm so sorry. Just go. Go, 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 go,
Anyway,
go.
this has been I Was Thinking with
Trey Trey.
and Chili. See you guys next time.
Okay, love you. Bye.
The pig.
Mwah. Ugh.
Bye.